Hi guys, welcome back to Sport Talk, where today we're doing our review of the weekend's Premier League football with 3 cheers and 3 oh dears. Before we start that, with the tragic event of what happened at Leicester on the weekend, I'd like to offer condolences to all the families involved. Looking back on the weekend's action, then first of all, want to have a quick look at my team from the weekend. Went pretty well. Alisson in nets. Bloody annoying Cardiff getting a cheap goal, a needless goal to take away the clean sheet. But defensively, Bellerin was a shocker. Doherty again with Wolves was a shocker. But Mendy got me a good 6, and then Alonso came in with a solid 11. Midfield, Brooks, keep saying about Brooks, done well, scored again, looked sharp. Sterling, good 6 yesterday. Bit disappointed not to get the bonus point because I think he deserved it. Salah, I think a lot of people this week back Salah, and if you didn't have him in your team, then pretty foolish. Madison, disappointed there. Mitrovic, I think he's going to be going. I think they got Huddersfield next week, so I'll probably keep him for one more, but after that, if he didn't perform, he's gone. And Callum Wilson came good. And got me a good 2 goals, so yeah, pretty pleased with that. Shane Sigurdsson was on the bench, but it was understandable. Let me know how you guys got on the weekend. I got a score of 82, which puts me into the top 70,000, so pretty happy with that. And yeah, let me know how you're getting on and where you are. Firstly, on to the cheers. I'm going to give the first one to myself. Because as the last week on the prediction show, I put up 10 players who I thought could do good, and all of them came strong. I had the 2 Bournemouth lads, Wilson and Brooks. Said about Willian and Rudiger. William with the goal and an assist. Said that you should triple up on Liverpool. If you had Mane, Salah and another, you would have done well there. Watford, I said about Isaac's success and Roberto Pereira, both getting goals. And finally, Anthony Martial got another goal for Man U, another 9-point display. So yeah, pretty pleased with that. Second cheer has got to go to the top 3. To the top 3 at the top, still unbeaten after 10 game weeks is really impressive. Man City, how they're able to cram so many attacking players onto a pitch and still look solid is impressive. Although Spurs had a few chances, they still look very good. Bernardo Silva, David Silva, you think they're going to get overpowered in midfield, but they never seem to be. So really impressive to watch. Liverpool are getting a nice bit of rhythm, starting to look like they're clicking back into gear. And Chelsea, got to be fair, no one had them up there for this season, doing as well as they have. But Ross Barkley, Hazard, Willian, Pedro, all stepping up at different times. So very impressive. Third cheers, got to go to those 2 teams who I don't think anyone expected much of, Watford and Bournemouth. Really done well. Watford playing some good football. Not necessarily with players who everyone know. I mean, leading a strike force with Deulofeu and Isaac's success is a complete change up to what they did earlier in the season when they had Deeney and Gray slightly more powerful and direct. Now they're getting a bit more fleet-footed players up front, and it seems to be working for them. It's catching teams out again, and they're starting to pick up those results when they look like they were dropping off. And Bournemouth, Eddie Howe's redesigned his team again, and fair play, they're doing the business. Lerma and Lewis Cook. Lewis Cook looks a really neat player in midfield. He's certainly one to watch going forward. But, with Brooks and Ryan Fraser in behind Callum Wilson, with Josh King to come back into that squad, very impressive stuff indeed. Moving on to the O'Dears, there's only one place to start really, and again it's Craven Cottage. Fulham, it is unbelievable. Called them out last week about how they're just not defending. With the amount of money that was invested in the team, another back 4, and they don't seem to know what to do. They're not going to outscore everyone in this league. It just will not happen. They may pick up the odd result here and there, but not continually. Don't know what he has to do. I mean, I thought with Anguissa and Seri might have given them a bit more strength alongside McDonald in midfield, but they just seem to be too gung-ho. And quite frankly, in the Premier League, and you will get caught out. And they were taking on a decent team in Bournemouth, but one that's certainly not as good as the top boys. So you got to worry for Fulham. The second OD of the week's got to go to Burnley. 4-0 at home to Chelsea. These were the results that Sean Dyche was picking up every now and again. Get a little 1-0 here, make it a tough place to come. Teams would always know they'd come out of a hard game with Burnley. Burnley is starting to look a bit of a soft touch. And again, unless they rectify that soon, are they going to have to do a managerial change? I don't know. They seem they've put a lot of time behind Sean Dyche, but can't really see where the excuses are coming from. They're out of Europe. They've had a couple of international windows now where they've had a bit of a chance to recoup. They just seem to be getting caught out. There's something is missing from Burnley, and it just don't know what they need, but they may need a shake-up, and perhaps Dyche to be gone by Christmas. Third OD of the week has got to go to Huddersfield. I mean, we're coming into week 10 now, and you are now struggling to see where these points are going to come from. It's hard to pinpoint a game where you think Huddersfield, they should be on for a win here. And if this is how it feels after about 10 weeks, and certainly not getting goals from anywhere, all the surprise packages of last year like De Poitre and Mounier, even with Pritchard in behind, not delivering. And if you're not scoring goals, but you can see them at the other end, they're a very neat team to watch. Will pose problems, but they're just not enough, and unfortunately they look like they're going in one direction. Guys, let us know how you got on the weekend. Are you going up in your leagues? Are you doing better overall? And yeah, if you like what we're doing here, click subscribe. Any comments you want to leave in the comment section below, and speak to you next time.